Good evening. Yay! I'm excited to be here. So thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for the messages that we've got so far. Yeah, there was a bit of uh, okay, there was a bit of what's it called? We kind of misplaced. Hi, Alina. Good to see you. I kind of made an error. Okay, when it came to timing, that was exactly what happened. All right, so I sincerely apologize. Right, I sincerely apologize. Yeah, and Alina was wondering what was. Please request to join the video from your end. I've also sent you an invite, so hopefully since I started again for some good reason. Hi everyone. Yay! I got you. You won't believe it, Alina. My goodness. Hello, good to see you. I was about to say something. Hi, good to see you.
Hello.
You won't believe it. I tried to go live with my guest, my first live guest, and it didn't work out, right? So for some reason, I don't know what happened, but it just didn't work out. So I'm happy and I'm excited that you're here and you're with me. Good to see you. And again, viewers, apologies. Alina is the first, since we started the special guest series. She's the first educator we are having. Yeah, the others have to do with ministry. You know, I will talk about ministry. You definitely know I'll talk about women, children, Bible study, and all of that stuff. But today, it's all about education. All right, my love for everything education. So that's what. When you have that, when that brain freeze thing happens and you're juggling with schedule and you're wondering what's going on, why am I making all these errors? So Alina, I'm happy you're here. Yeah, Mr. Michael is here as well. I was supposed to have him as my first live guest. Okay, I had another guest on Zoom, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see you. So hey girl, how are you?
Hello, Ifama. Thank you for having me.
I can hear you. Stop sounding very formal. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I hope I'm not losing you.
Loud and clear. No, that's okay.
Okay. So, all right. So everyone, I'm grateful that the internet is cooperating. So we'll just go quickly into the cruise of the matter. I have worked with Alina on different projects, and I've worked alongside her, and she's a good leader. She's a fantastic team lead. Alina is a vice principal. That's something that you must know. She is a PhD student. You are a lot of things, right? She is a very, very wonderful English teacher. She's a specialist when it comes to English, okay, when it comes to linguistics, when it comes to playing with children in very fantastic ways. The first person you think about is Alina. If you're stuck on ideas, the first person I try to ask, Alina, what's up? What do you think about this? And then she's always going to come through for you. That's how much I love this lady that you have here. Currently, she's pursuing a PhD, her PhD in linguistics. She's passionate about language, literature, shaping of course, children, everything children education. She's really passionate about that. As soon as we are done, if you're not following Alina already, I'll encourage you to do so as soon as we are done. Okay, head of school, vice principal, good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you?
I'm well, Alina. You know, the title of today's discussion, it's all about parental involvement when it comes to homework. And I can tell you for free, hi everyone, thank you for joining in. I can tell you for free that I'm sure you have homework stories. Everything homework, it is scary, you know, for kids. I remember when I was young, I was like, oh my goodness, why homework? Just let us go. You know, we did the classwork thing. Why give us homework? So tell me your very, very, I want to start on that note. Tell me your very fun or very surprising experiences when it comes to homework. Just something on the lighter note before we delve into some of the questions that we have.
Well, there are lots of stories I could think of right now. The first thing first, it's very different. It depends it really depends, and it's very different based on the context you're teaching in. Because if
Okay.
you're teaching online, of
Mhm.
course, you've got the Google Classroom,
Mhm.
and the interaction when it comes to homework, it's just that you set homework, you set a deadline, and you expect the students to do their work, and then you will just
Mhm.
keep track on that and assign marking and feedback and so on. Whereas
Mhm.
if you're teaching in a classroom setting, one to one or live in an actual school, you
Mhm.
get that interaction with the children. So for me, I would say it's a very different experience because I encourage all my students to do homework, but I'm not the teacher that would give them like 5, 6, 10 pages of homework to work on. I will always try to make it fun, and I will ensure
Mhm.
they will always get a head start on it. So
Okay.
if I'm in a classroom, when I was in school and I worked in an actual school, I will always check on homework. I know some teachers would just go on with the day and they will just ask if the homework's there and move on. But I will always check their books.
Okay.
I will ask them to open their books. I will just walk around the classroom setting. I will check their books. I could see them. Some of them would not do their homework, and as soon as they start walking towards them, they will start doing their homework.
Oh
I,
dear.
I won't say anything. I will never
Mhm.
say anything. I will let them do their job, their
Okay.
business, and then when I get to them, I will ask them, is this homework? Is it the homework that you've done at home, or is it the homework
Mhm.
that you were doing just now? And
Mhm.
sometimes
Mhm.
they will be like, I've done it at homework. It's like, are you sure? I'm asking you again. Is it
Mhm.
the homework that you've worked on at home, or is it that you're doing now? And they would, most of the time, they would admit, they would say,
Okay.
hello,
Hi,
hello
Francis.
there, hello, Jess. And
Oh, that's Jessica. That's true.
yeah, I'm not sure if I can see the comments on my end. Not sure
Oh,
why.
okay. She just said, okay, she just said, hello, ladies. Yeah, no
Oh, right.
comments for now. Okay, so if you're watching and you have some questions, please kindly type. I'll read out so that Alina can
Yeah.
follow too. Okay, and respond.
So
Go on.
the most surprising part is that when I would ask why didn't you do the homework, most of them would say I forgot or I didn't
Mhm.
have enough time.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not too harsh on them. I'm gonna be honest on this. I always encourage and try to keep them and hold them accountable when it comes to
Mhm.
homework, but I'm not too harsh on it. And I give them this opportunity. For instance, once a month, you
Okay.
get to catch up with homework. If you fail to do it daily, then you can
Okay.
submit it by the end of the week. If it's a
Okay.
weekly class, you will
Mhm.
need to submit it by the end of the month. I understand it's
Mhm.
busy and so on. Um, but the most important thing, the most interesting thing that I get out of this is that sometimes um, you get to know the students a little bit more because, for
Okay.
instance, they might be shy, they might be too shy, they might be introverts, they
Mhm.
will not get involved in classroom activities too much,
Okay.
and you might get surprised and you will get to notice that's actually a very good student, a very
Mhm.
bright one,
Mhm.
that simply doesn't like to interact in the classroom. But when it comes to homework
Mhm.
and their own work, they're absolutely smashing it.
Yeah, that's good. But as a parent, I think maybe it's the workload. Okay. Parents dread homework. I don't know. I know I've had quite a number of parents say, oh, the homework is too much, or they write you personally, oh, we couldn't do this because of that. What would you like to say to parents that are listening when it comes to homework? There has been this debate about should we give homework to children or should we
We
cancel
should.
homework?
No,
We should
no,
cancel it.
absolutely, absolutely not.
We should.
Absolutely
Okay.
not. We should always
Okay.
give them homework
Okay.
because it's a great opportunity for them to practice what they've learned. So
Mhm.
it's like you're building a house. That's what I like to call it. Like you're building a house. Throughout your
Okay.
academic journey, you're building a house.
Mhm.
Homework is a very important part is the bricks. It's actually the bricks, because if you are not doing independent work, you will not be able to
Okay.
gather the information,
Okay.
basically. So when it comes to homework, I will always say to the parents, I know it's dreading sometimes, and there is something that you should communicate with the class teacher about. If the child got huge amount of homework and they cannot deal with it, you as a parent, I feel like you should address the class teacher. And I'll give you an example. For instance, this week I might set homework for my students that will be, let's say, 3 pages of homework. However,
Okay.
next week, because it's a huge topic,
Yeah.
next week I will only assign them 2 activities. So
All right. That's like
it
creating
will always be,
flexibility.
yes, exactly. More
Okay.
than that, I know parents tend to get involved in the homework process. However, I like my students to gain autonomy. And I like to believe that after joining the classes I teach, my students are able to work on the homework by themselves without needing parent support. And another thing that I say to my students is this one. We had this conversation with regards to homework a few times, and they would say, "Oh, my mom forgot to submit my homework,"
All
or
right.
my dad did not have time to help me with the homework." And I would ask them, "Oh, what is your mom doing on a daily basis?" And maybe they would say, I'll just give you an example. They would say, "Oh, my mom is a doctor." All
All
right.
right.
And I will ask another student, "What is your mom doing?" "Oh, my mom is a chef," or "My mom is a writer." Say, "Okay, your parents got jobs. Okay. You also got a job. This is your job. Your job is to go to school. That's all you need to do. Your job is to go to school, study, and do your homework. That's your job for
Okay.
now." So I would encourage parents to allow the kids to do their job, because they will become better at it. As you start your career and you're still learning and trying to find your way towards it, it's the same with homework. They need to start somewhere. They will get better at it.
Okay. Now let me ask this question. I'm sure parents with pretty younger kids, they'll be like, you know, like parents that have children 2, 3, 4, and then you have this coloring activity, and the children would definitely go out of the line and all of that. So
Yeah,
at that level, parental involvement could be considered fine, right?
of course. Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm,
If we talk about
mm-hmm,
little ones, yes, definitely.
So, having said that, can I ask you a very silly question? Are there subtle opportunities that parents, when we have children, now we've spoken about children that can quickly gain autonomy or can be independent. What about children with special needs, or children that are maybe the lower ability? Okay,
Of
because
course.
we're looking at different brackets of parents and all of that. What level of encouragement, or what would you like to say when it comes to homework, or the extra that goes home? I know as a teacher, one of the things that you likely put more pressure. You put more pressure on topics or concepts that the children have not fully grasped, right? You
Right.
want to put more
Yeah.
pressure there. So, what would you like to say to parents who feel overwhelmed? Because trust me, if kids could do their homework by themselves, parents would be happy.
Oh, bless. Right. Of course. Of course, there are contexts when the child will need support. What I was
Hmm.
mentioning before was like an overall idea in a perfect word.
Yeah.
Of course, some of them will need support, and I do encourage the children to ask for help,
Hmm.
and the parents to ask for help as well.
Hmm.
They, I know, I get this sometimes, that the parents are overwhelmed with homework, or the fact that
Hmm.
they are not able to support when it comes to homework,
Hmm.
or support the child towards it. Now, as I said, the got their own jobs. The teachers got their job to teach.
Okay.
So I would say get some help. If the child needs to catch up on some things, there are classes you can sign them up for. There are lots of websites that actually got free resources that you can download for the children. Always ask for help. There is,
I agree.
I cannot stress this enough, but homework shouldn't be a factor of stress at all.
Okay.
It should
Okay.
be just another opportunity for the children to practice. If we're talking about an SEN child that's got special educational needs, that is another topic, because the school must support the child. The school must provide one-to-one sessions for the child, must provide a teaching assistant for the child. And if they go home and they got this activity that they cannot work on by themselves, the parents are not able to support. I won't say, some parents tend to call some friends or call the teachers, or I don't know, write on a Facebook group, how can I help my child with this activity, because I don't know how to do maths. That will be me in the future, because I can't do maths. That's the thing about me. I would not mention that in my CV, but that would probably be me in the future.
That's okay.
I would just say, send the child back to school with that note there. Because if you're not able to support him, most likely the child will not be able to go through that activity by himself. And for instance, when he will sit an important exam, there will be no one there to support him going through that.
That's right. That's right.
Send him back to school with that note that he needs help, and the teachers will most likely be able to provide help for them.
That is so correct. Thank you so much. Subtle opportunities. Now think about bonding time as well. I like the fact that when some of my parents say, "Oh, I didn't understand this," I'm happy, because at some, maybe I will steal a smile and say, "Okay, now you know what the teacher is doing." You know, like you know how much work the teacher. So for me, I'm like, "Okay, Eureka, good for you." It's really simple, but it's not as easy as it is. So yeah, good. So I think the homework thing, I'm happy about the fact that to some level, you know, parents tend to be involved, because I think that's an opportunity for you to bond with your child. However, so that parents get this clarity and not say, "Oh, you know, Miss Alina says go do it yourself." Still have that, still take some time to check out, okay, like when the kids are done, still, you know, have that time to look over or look through what they have done, so that you can correctly inform the teacher and not just send an empty. There was this phone call I had at one time, and then the mom was really frustrated. Okay, I think she also had trouble with maths and she didn't know anything. So, and then the child was already feeling, "Oh my goodness, my teacher, you know, I'm getting all these stars, and now I'm going to lose these stars and all of that. Or I'm going to lose there's this satisfaction when you give a child, "Oh my goodness, Alina, you did this. Oh my goodness." You know, the child is so happy and wants that praise the next time. And that child was really upset. The work was too much and the mom couldn't help with the maths and some of the subjects. I had to say, "You know what, mom, it's not an issue. You know, I'm trying to buttress the point that you said, sending the child back to school. And as a teacher, being patient enough to understand that not every home is the same. It's not the same for everybody. You know, it's not." And
not
would you
all
want
the
to say
children
something?
are the same. Yeah, of course. I agree with this. Not all homes are the same, and not all children are the same. And this is also very important to put out there, send the word out there, especially for the parents, because I will go back on my personal life and talk from experience. When I was in school, my dad was really stressed out about the fact that I couldn't do maths, because my brain doesn't function that way. So he was really, I remember how worried he was. He tried to get me tutoring. like a
Okay.
private teacher to support me, just one-to-one sessions for me to try
Mm-hmm.
to learn math. It still didn't work out, and
Work.
it
Okay.
turned out just fine. So nobody needs to
Yeah.
be a great writer or a great
Mm-hmm.
math person, because we're all different.
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
That's
there
right.
was what my dad said at one point was like, "You still need to pass the class," and I said to him, "Okay, that's fine, but in the
I don't
future,
want
I'm not doing maths
anything to
because
do
I
it. To
can't."
do it.
I can't do
Oh.
that. But there are lots of other things that I am good at and I can do.
Okay, that's good. Alina, it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
And
And I'm, of course, audience, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here all the way. And for those who are going to watch the replay, feel free to ask your questions. Alina, I'm still going to bring her back. She has quite a lot to talk about when it comes to special needs. When it comes to, Alina is a wealth of knowledge, okay? When it comes
thank
to
you.
how can you help your children struggling with English, how to read, tips, okay, sprinkles, right? Sprinkles for you, ideas that you can,
Thank
use, yeah, tools that you can use to help your child and all of that. So feel free to ask your questions. I'm sure she'll catch them. Alina, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for talking to us about
you.
homework. Do you
Thank
have
you.
any other thing to say? I wouldn't
I would just
know.
say,
Okay.
no, that's fine. I would just say, let the kids be kids, because they're only
Yeah.
kids once.
Hmm.
And I know we tend to put lots of pressure on them, but they can only do their best. And what I say to my students as well, you've done your best today, tomorrow you can
Hmm.
do even better. So
That's
I think it's just a
true.
just a kind reminder for the parents as well.
Mhm. And I love the fact that you shared your own story. And yeah, and thank you for that encouragement. You shared your own story, and that reminds us not to put pressure. Yes, a child might not be so when it comes to all the way at the top when it comes to maths. It still doesn't mean there's going to be a problem or the child will not turn out just fine. And just like you are on your way to PhD. No, you're not on your way. You are doing it already. So let me
Yeah.
correct that. And you still turned it very well. So,
Yeah, and it also
so
can also be the other way around. They can be
yeah,
great at maths, but
good.
struggle with creative writing, for instance.
I
That's still
agree.
fine. The
I've
word,
seen that
the
happen a lot of times. I
yeah,
agree. And then,
or they can smash sciences and not be that good at
mm-hmm,
maths or English. But the word needs
mm-hmm,
engineers, the word needs teachers, the word needs doctors. There is place for
mm-hmm.
everybody.
Amen. Amen, sister. There's place for
It's
everybody.
that,
I
yeah.
I love that ending. There's space for everybody. Okay, so while I edit this video, I'm gonna put that there. I love that.
Bye
Don't mind me.
bye.
Okay, Alina, thank you for joining me
Thank
this
you
evening.
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
And
been a
apologies,
pleasure.
everybody. Sorry for mixing up the time. So if you're watching the replay, feel free to say hello to Alina. She'll catch it. Definitely, she'll catch it. If you have a question, drop it there as well. Okay, so she would get back to you. If you want to send it via DM, okay, that's fine. If you want to slip into the message. So Alina, we'll see you sometime soon. Eh?
Of course.
You know you have
Thank
how
you.
many topics left with me?
Oh, there's loads of them we could talk about.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you a break. So when you're ready,
Of
we'll
course.
come up live again and then we'll have that conversation. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Michael.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, everyone.
Amando. Thank you, Alabi. Thank you, Denisa. Thank you, Roxana. Thank you, Miss Jessica. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank
Bye,
you. Thank you.
Alina.
Bless
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye.